to start showing here. There we go. And we're live. We're live for today. Awesome. Okay, cool. Julius, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, thanks.
That's good. Yeah, so what questions do you have for me today?
So basically, I just need to understand better than I do. I have a faint idea of a few of the systems,
Okay.
um, but obviously it won't be on this call. But I need support in setting things up optimally. I don't know if that's something that I can book with you later on.
Yeah.
But I want to.
Yeah, if you want it, like, so we have a couple different. You can book with me, and I'll happily go over a few things with you. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday, so jump on if you have time. I know it's the time difference can be a pain for some people, but yeah, hit me with any questions that you have. Um, I know I wanted to address this because a couple people have asked the review training, the training to set up reviews and stuff like that needs to be updated. So I'm going to try and get that all updated this weekend because it's been probably a year and a bit before since the review training has all been updated, which means just it's kind of out of date because high level changes so many things, and we've simplified it a lot since we since we originally built the system. So an updated review training is definitely needed.
Okay. Yeah,
And then we've been working on this page here, and then all the training's actually gonna I'll try and the family is mostly gone this weekend for a hockey tournament, so I'm going to be working this weekend, but I'll try and make sure we get everything over into this docs. I just put it in chat. So this is for loyalty and rewards, but we should be able to update the review training and get it all into this section here as well, because this is where everything is going to be. It's just going to make it easier so you don't have to like log in and go check out, remember passwords and whatever. You'll just be able to go here and then you can see the training for all the different apps that we have. I'll
okay.
make sure we get this moved over. So that's my priority now. We've been working on a couple things. We got a couple things I know Emily was asking for the other day. So we got those things updated. And I'll just maybe I'll jump into that and just show that right now, and because it kind of reflects for everybody. But here under contacts. And if you go to redeem, so we updated this redeem page now. So there's a redeem reward items, but then there's also a manual redeem too. So it's the same thing as the give points here, the give points button where you can do it, but you can also just manually redeem. So if you had the use case for this is they have a store and their store relies entirely on points. So we made it so that you can add different items here and then redeem points at the store for different purchases. And what's cool about that is that you can just manually do it now too. So same thing over here. So it's going to show you 90 manually redeemed 3 items and then tells you which item were redeemed. So this could be for anything, but it just gives you more options when you're checking customers in, checking customers out, doing that. Or if you have clients who would be able to use that system, they can still have it so that they can redeem rewards, manually redeem rewards for their customers. But now, if you wanted to do a checkout, you could actually manually redeem just points from that as well. So there's that option. That's one new update that happened this week. And then we're working on our tiered reward system. Now we had a few questions that we were trying to answer with that, but for the most part, it's going along pretty well. And yeah, I'm excited to get that rolling out too, because then that means we're going to have paid reward memberships and paid promotion memberships for different businesses. So you could essentially have a business and you could sell them on the idea of creating a membership, which is very valuable for them, and then they can give points and they can give promotions for those. The first thing we're starting off with is promotions, and we're just working at it. So you can create a reward and then have those reward items tied directly into a specific tier that you created. So if we want to say show only to tier members, then we can select which tiers we want those memberships to be part of. And then we can assign those to customers, so we can have that in a workflow. Anytime somebody purchases one of those tiers, we add them to whichever tier it is, and then they get to see the promotions and rewards that are assigned to those tiers. So kind of cool. And just another valuable thing that you can generate for your customers fairly easily. So that's where we're at with that thing. Yeah, if thanks everyone for joining today. If you guys have any questions, just you maybe raise your hand, put your question in chat, and we'll go through any questions that you guys have about how to get things set up. Um I know there was one question that came in, just asking, and I'll go through this. If nobody has a question just yet, that's cool. I will go through, and I just want to do a quick just a quick recap of how to install the review system, because I know that the training is a little bit out of date, but it's not entirely out of date. Mostly it's around the API, um adding connecting the API. So the first thing you have to do when you come into when you set up this system, you'll be asked to connect your API here. We also have a warning that's going to pop up that'll say connect your API. Now, the way High Level has it made is that when you go to connect this API, if you're not logged into app.gohighlevel or
Sorry, Jason.
gohighlevel.com,
Sorry.
oh,
Are
I'll
you
share
sharing
my
your
screen.
screen?
Yeah, sorry. You know what? It was better before. And I've reached out to support to ask why this is, but see, we have invalid authorization. It pops up here, which is really confusing. Before it was just like, hey, you need to log into High Level, but now it doesn't say that, right? It's giving us this invalid authorization, which maybe I reached out to support to see what we can do about fixing that when we're trying to add this app. But in order to fix it, you need to be logged into Go High Level. So you need to go to app.gohighlevel.com and log in uh level.com there and log into your app here, or this is just kind of like their root domain, and then we can tie it in to here. This will reload and it'll show you all your stuff in here. Now, if I can get that fixed here in the next couple of days, that's what I'd prefer to do. That way it's just not confusing for everybody when they click to load that and you get the invalid authorization thing. But you need to be logged in here. So we updated the little trigger warning type thing that pops up to tell you that you need to be logged in. I don't know if I could show you an example of it. I would, but I don't have it open right now. So yeah, essentially you need to be logged into High Level and then you'll be connected there. So once that's connected, go into reviews, click which snapshot you want. Usually it's reviews and referrals or reviews only. Select that, download it into your thing. Again, you need to be logged into Go High Level in order for that to work. Because when you import a snapshot, it goes directly to app.gohighlevel or affiliates.gohighlevel. So you need to be logged into Go High Level to import that snapshot anyways. Click on that snapshot, import it into your account. So when you click import snapshot, that's going to show up under snapshots over here. It's going to be in your imported list. Just give that a second. Okay, and then here, so we import that snapshot. It would be under imported snapshots. Here, you'll see it in this list. And then you can either click here to create a new account, or you can I think if you follow along the training, it'll tell you about creating a master snapshot and creating your own snapshot and stuff like that too. Once the snapshot is installed in your sub account, click on add locations to manage. If you are on the 297 or 497 plan, you're going to see a list of all of your sub accounts in here. If not, you click add location manually, And then if you've added it to another one of our apps in the past, it's going to show up here for you. Otherwise, you add in the location name and location ID, and then click update. Multi-location is a specific snapshot that we have that allows you to create a, let's say you have a bunch of you have a number of brands under one sub account, you could use this multi-location review site or maybe multi-brand review site, whatever you want to call it, here. So then you would add that. But if you're just using a regular snapshot, then you wouldn't add this. Okay. So either way, if you're clicking this or you're adding in the location name and location ID, then you click update. Here, it's going to add your account here. Now, if you're on the 97 plan and you just added the account, you'll generally see this underneath it. So what you need to do is click on edit details and then connect the API version 2. And again, this is going to take you over. You need to be logged into Go High Level. It's probably going to tell us the same thing with no authorization, or we are logged in now. That's super weird. So I don't think I logged into High Level. I'm going to check the other one. So why it would be doing that? Okay, so this is going to show us all of our sub accounts. If I go back, just want to check. Maybe there's a different link that I need to have or something. Now it's going to load. That's super weird. Oh, I guess maybe I did log. Maybe I just opened it. I have no idea. Anyways, um, that's super weird. Anyways, it's working there now. But I guess I was logged into High Level. So anyways, so if we're in the review system, now after you've added your location here, click it. Again, if you're not connected to the API there, you can connect it right there. You just go through and you select that sub account. Then you can go into custom values. And oh yeah, because I'm not connected here, it's going to say I can't. But if I go to one that is connected, like let's say, for example, right here, I can click on custom values and it's going to show me the custom values. If you don't see your custom values in here, like for example, this one, I've only got like 4 custom values in here. It's because you haven't loaded the snapshot into the sub account. So you're not going to see your custom values. If your custom values are loaded in, like let's say right here, if I click this one, I don't think it's loaded in. So you're only going to see a couple different custom values there. So if I go to um, custom like the live testing account here, I go to custom values, you'll see that we have all the values there. And that's because we loaded the snapshot. If you didn't load the snapshot, you're not going to see those values. Okay. And then now once you have that set up, you basically need to just go, you need to add your domain, you need to add an SMS number to that sub account. And then you go through, then you should be able to basically be up and running with the system. I'll just go over one last thing here. It's just basically you add your domain name to the reviews system, and you just need to add the that domain name to each one of your funnels. Once you have those things done, your system is pretty much set up and ready to go. Now, number one thing to remember is that when you're adding your domain into, not here, but this is where you have to select your domain for each one of your funnels. But when you're adding the domain into custom values, that domain must have HTTPS in front of it, and then you don't put any slashes or anything afterwards. So I'll just go review that quickly because that's probably like one of the biggest questions we get from when people say they're like reaching a 404 error page or something. It's because the domain that you added into your system doesn't have, or it doesn't either have the HTTPS in front of it. Let's just go to domain, review domain URL right here, HTTPS :// and then whatever your domain is, no slashes or anything after that. And then if you go and you hit update custom values, that'll all get updated and your site should primarily be up and running. I think there's just one other piece in the training about updating the referral page if you're using the referral portion of the Smart Review Snapshot. And that's just going on updating the metadata. You just basically need to go resave that page so that the high level will recognize all the new values. So that's just a quick recap of how to go and set up the review system. You can literally have that thing up and running in 15 minutes. Go install it, fill out those custom values, and then you're up and running with the system for the most part. So I don't know if anybody has any questions about that before I jump over
Sorry,
and
Jason, I do.
yeah, go ahead.
So j- just to help me understand, is that me setting up as my day-to-day agency or that's me setting up as a client's account?
That would be setting up a client's account. So that was kind of both. So you set up our dashboard, right? You initially set up our dashboard. Take that custom menu link that you get in the email that was sent to you, which should have your like I think you have that set up already. And then the agency part is connecting the API here. Now the setting it up for your sub account is adding it, downloading, making sure you download the snapshot and install it in your sub account. If you haven't installed it, like let's go here. One way to install it is you go to sub accounts. And again, this might have changed a little bit. I'm going to review all the training this weekend to make sure everything is more up to date. So you click on plus add sub account. You can create a sub account that way. If you have a sub account already in your system, click on manage client. And then up here in the top, it says load snapshot. And then this is where you could either select the imported snapshot you created, or if you created a master reviews snapshot, you could select it from the list there, and then you go through, click proceed, 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 and then it will add the snapshot to that sub account. You got the only agency part of that is adding the custom menu link to your agency dashboard here, and then just making sure this is set up, and that has to do primarily with API version 2, authorizing that. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? Or
Yeah, got you. Thanks.
okay, you're welcome. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions about that? Or again, if you guys have questions, raise your hand and post your question in chat, and then we'll get to it. So Sam asks, can you show me how to remove a couple promotions that I'm not using from the promotions manager? I'd also like to remove the rewards and promotions from the smart lists under contacts. Yeah, sure. So if you want to, Sam, do you want to share your screen?
Yes, sir. How are you
No problem. I'm
today?
doing good. I had a good sleep last night. Yeah. So that's a good thing.
Oh, I can't share while you're sharing.
Oh,
Uh,
I will stop sharing.
that is the best thing ever.
You know what? I've got a sleep apnea machine, one of those things that goes on your face when you sleep. And sometimes it just gets weird. And I think for the last couple days, it's been like sitting weird on my face and it chokes you.
Yeah.
Basically. So it either works really well and you can breathe great, or um or you have like weird fighting dreams and you're struggling to breathe. So I adjusted things, I fixed things this last night, and I was just like, I feel like I slept like a baby. It was awesome.
Oh, that's so good.
We don't, you know what? A lot of times we don't think about how important a good sleep is, right? And especially if you're a snorer, like I was a snorer my entire life and well for so long, and so bad. Like I'd wake everybody up and the house shakes when I was snoring. So
Oh.
uh I got that fixed like 8 years ago, and it's been great. But you just not getting enough oxygen while you sleep, it affects your whole day, the whole next day. It's
Oh, I
crazy.
bet.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I didn't, not that we had to go into sleep apnea stuff, but I went and got tested for it, and I think I stopped breathing like 9 times a minute or something like that. It's crazy.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was like it would be like you'd be like, and then and then a big breath would you'd be like wake
Oh,
everybody up. What the hell was that? So it's been great. Now I'm the quietest sleeper in the house now.
no. That's good.
Yeah. So what you wanted to remove a couple of promotions.
Yeah, I
And
just want to remove anything that might confuse people. So I wanted to remove the mail print, the social media ad, because they're not going to use that.
okay, yeah.
And if it was possible to, yeah, is that
So
possible?
the only are you talking about in the updater right here? Or
Yeah,
like,
yes, in there.
yeah. Um,
I
it's
removed it
not
from the
possible right
automations.
now. I've thought about that, adding that more of that customization in. But we're not there yet. I haven't made it so that you can say only show select which ones you want to show. It's probably not going to wouldn't be that difficult, but I'd have to add it under reward settings or promotion settings maybe, and then you could decide what you want to show and what you don't, which promotions you want to show, and then you would
That's
be,
fine.
yeah. I'll look at it because I like adding in the extra customization stuff to make it more. I understand the problem. Yeah. So I was gonna say, okay, well, you can go remove the automations, but if you go remove the automations, then you will have these other promotions in there that people will be
Mhm.
like, oh, I wanted to create an in-house promotion, but um it doesn't work. Like, you know what I mean? Or I wanted to create an
Right.
in-house promotion, but when I create that, it doesn't do anything. So might be better just to have like a video explain. I am actually creating, I have a full list of videos that explain what each one of those things does. And it goes
Yeah.
like in detail through each one of those campaigns too.
Yeah.
What we're gonna have is a help button up in the what I want to have is a help button up in the top right where you can click that, or like white label or gray label, whatever you want to say. Somebody clicks on that, then it will just show them that, it will give them a little video overview of that promotion,
Yeah.
what that
Okay.
means and what that does.
And then can I share my screen again for a different
You
one?
are,
Or
yep, you
can you
still
still
are,
see
yep.
my screen? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Then this over here, can I hide this
No, the only thing you can do is, I don't
or
think you
get
can
rid of the
hide
word
custom.
restaurant?
Yeah, like they could all be moved under restaurant if you want.
I just don't want the word restaurant on there
Oh
because I
yeah,
think
so just change that.
I
So you
can.
would go into settings, custom fields, go
Oh,
to settings,
duh.
custom fields, and then change the name of the folder.
Okay. Settings, custom fields, change the name of the folder. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, so just yeah, so if you go do that now, you would see settings, custom fields. I'm in my agency here, and then you can change it to whatever you want.
Oh, bitchin'.
Love it.
Okay, cool. So this does that answer your questions
Yes, I
for the most
appreciate it.
part?
Thank you so much.
I'll see if we can add at some point like the additional promos. It's just when we add more thing, I know we're trying to customize it. It makes things a little bit more confusing for other people too. For the agencies who are setting it up, the more things we add, or take away or options we have. So it just we need to have a good default. So Sai asked, I have a question on workflow and weird custom info in it. Yeah, sure. Do you want to share your screen and let me know? Or here, you just clicked a thing here. Triggering. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I could share my screen, but I'm just not sure what to select there. It's just gibberish.
Yeah, so
Um,
that I don't know why that would be. Maybe just show you want to just share your screen for a second. Is
sure.
that the review snapshot or is that just something
It,
that
it's
you
in
set
the
up?
snapshot. It's a like an appointment type of part of it.
Okay.
Let me just
Oh
can you
yeah,
see
that's
my
one
screen?
of, yeah, so you're probably wait for trigger link. To do
That's
so that
their
trigger
inf
link there is um did they click link one showed and paid? Um Let me just
But
tap.
it's not something that's here. Like it's not, I don't think it's coded or
Yeah, I wonder if that, I'm just gonna go to automations here on my side. I just want to check something.
and that's I think throughout it,
Pipeline state
anywhere.
recipe. You know what? That's a high level recipe. I wonder if we were just kind of, I just want to see something here. I don't know if it's something that needs to be set up, but if you wanted to, I wonder if it accidentally got added. Or did you add that in there? Is it something you were trying to set up? Or did you just saw
Uh,
it and you weren't sure what to do
this
with it?
was added as a part of the purchase, I guess. My husband added this earlier. So yeah, we already
Okay,
have
so
like
you
an
know what?
appointment
Recipe appointment
confirmation.
con. So it looks like it got added. I can see it here now. It looks like maybe we were doing a bit of a training and I used this sub account to add that in there. So I don't have, so if you wanted to go, okay, so let's go wait for trigger link click. Is that what you're saying right there? Up at the top, or which one were you talking about?
All of these have that.
Oh, okay.
The show and pay, that all of them have this
So if you
here. It's
don't
like a custom
have,
record that's not set up
yeah,
or
so if you
something.
don't have, so this is just a recipe from high level. If you were to go like create new snapshot and then add new snapshot or add new workflow, and then you go down to the recipe, it says appointment confirmation plus reminder survey review request. You don't have to do this. This isn't actually part of our system, but this was in there. So what you would do is go to, okay, I'm going to take a look at it here on my end because maybe it'd be easier just to explain what it does here. The appointment trigger, appointment status is confirmed. It looks different on this one. Can you scroll up on yours? Does it have all the stuff at the top there too? Oh yeah, okay.
Yes.
So, internal, you should wait for trigger link click, select trigger link. So do you have appointments that you're doing inside of your for your client right now? Just because I just, yeah, again, this wasn't part of our review system. I think it accidentally got added and then saved into the snapshot. This is just like a again, it's like a high level recipe that they have built in. So if you don't have event type normal, confirmation email, 24 hours, 1 hour, wait for trigger link click. I'm actually not even sure what trigger link they're talking about. Um, I'm going to be honest with you because this is something high level has built out.
It's a generic one. I use
Yeah,
this.
it's just a generic workflow that accidentally got saved into our snapshot.
Okay.
So it's not like, again, if you wanted to set it up though, so let's just say we wanted to set it up, we have the confirmation email. Your appointment has been confirmed for start date. Just, I don't know what they even mean by the trigger link has been clicked. So reminder email. Does not work for you.
Okay. So I could probably just get,
You can just get rid of it, honestly, if it's not something that you would use. Um,
okay. But if I did want to test this out, we do have our own appointment confirmation ones, but if I did want to test this out, um, after the appointment was confirmed and have an immediate
okay,
review,
so we
I
have,
guess I could just,
oh, there we go. Okay. Um, okay. So I don't know if you have to, if you have to set this up or not, but is So if you go under internal notifications, so the way this one works, here, I'll share my screen and I'll show you, I'll just kind of go through it and what it does. Okay, so here we have somebody books an appointment, right? Sends out the confirmation email. 24 hours before the appointment, it's going to send another email and an SMS. 1 hour before the appointment, it's going to send an email and an SMS. Then it's going to wait for 1 hour after the appointment, okay? And then it sends out this internal notification here, and then we have trigger links here. This is where you can set up trigger links. I don't think they've been set up for this, but you'd have to go and create a different trigger link, one for showed but didn't purchase, and then one they didn't show. This is where you'd go create 3 different trigger links. That was spelled wrong. Or is it appointment? Oh, that's not us again. That's high level. Appointment, how did the appointment with contacting go? Then you'd have a trigger link for showed, a trigger link for showed but didn't purchase, and then a trigger link for they didn't show. And then that's where we have down here.
Okay.
Did they click link 1? So did they click link 1 is I believe this trigger link here. That's what we're talking about here. So this trigger link
Okay.
clicked, and then if that trigger link was clicked, then it would trigger this.
Okay, I won't worry about this. I mean, I could get
Yeah,
support on this
they click
later. I was just
link
wondering
1,
if that
click
was a
link 2.
or not.
Click link 2 would have been the trigger link for, yeah, up here, I think. And then click link 3 is another trigger link. So this is definitely an older workflow, the way things are set up here. But why did we have an internal notification? 1 hour reminder. Yeah, kind of weird to me. Anyways, I'm gonna go and delete it from here because it shouldn't be in there. Anyways, and then I'll
Okay.
refresh the review snapshot just because I think we were probably just on a call like this, and then I was like, okay, here's how we do whatever. And then we went through the workflow and I forgot to delete it out after our call.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, so Sunday says bulk upload of existing locations to custom value updater. Sunday, let me know what you mean there.
So I have a lot of, I mean, a lot. For me, it's a lot, and it's pretty manual to update the locations. Let me just show you.
Okay, yeah.
Can I share?
Yep, you can. Oh, here, I'll stop sharing. Do you have a smart list? You like because you grab the location ID of everybody in your list, right?
I should, but
You were.
I so not all, let me just say all of
Okay.
my accounts don't have it because you came in
Okay.
later. So, I need to add all these accounts I need to add all of these accounts here.
Yeah.
And then I got to add all the collections to them. I mean, it's pretty, I mean, I've got my admin, but she's been sick, so she hasn't been able to do it yet. So I just sort of
So here's an option is in your main marketing account. I know it would still take a little bit of time, but
Uh-huh.
would it be faster to create a smart list of everybody who has, or do you have a smart list of your sub accounts or anything like that?
Yeah.
Because you could add in that new location ID. You could fill in those details just with your location ID for that contact, and then run them through that workflow that adds them to the system. Use
So,
that webhook.
okay, so
You
this
know,
is my list, right? These are people who are the 57 people represent the people who
yeah.
have the software that
Okay.
I need. So what is it that you say I should do?
Remember we have the custom field for location ID,
Yep. So
that
like
new
if,
location ID.
yep,
And
if
if
I
you have that filled out, you could yeah, so in here if we just have that new location ID, I don't know where you put it, but if you have that location ID filled out for their sub account,
Right
yeah, that one,
there.
you could then just add them to an automation,
Hmm.
all 57 of them,
Yeah.
minus the ones that you've already done.
Uh-huh.
And then it would automatic like you just add them with that webhook that will add them and add them to our system with the collection ID, and then it will add them in there for
So
you.
just run the contacts through the automation that has the, like you just said,
Yeah.
just run it through and it'll automatically add the locations for me
Yeah,
to
it'll
the
add the
customer.
locations and add the collections to those locations.
Perfect. All right, then.
So you just got to fill out you'd have to fill out the
Make sure that the
new
location is
location
filled
ID
out,
custom
right?
field for each one of them.
Yep. So I could go and look to see which ones are blank and then and then manually update the
Yeah,
location.
and you could create it. You could create another smart list too that says, are they like a TPS member, but this field is blank?
Yep.
And then just have to fill in those ones so you don't have to search each one.
Gotcha. That makes things so much easier.
Yeah, and then just make sure you deselect the ones that are already added, or you
Already
can
there.
end up with duplicates.
Gotcha. Or I could delete the ones that are there because I mean, I could just do a clean thing,
Yeah,
right?
if you delete them, it's not going to make a difference. Like you won't delete anything out of our system if you delete them from there, and then you can
Yeah,
add
but
them
then
again.
it'll prevent the duplicates, right?
Yeah, and then you can add them again, and you're off to the races.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's a good one. And then I have a question that's not
Hmm.
completely related to your system, but you've talked to me about this several times,
Sure.
and my brain still struggles with this. So I want to ask you this question. Can I show you just really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have this funnel, and in the funnel, let me go to the right account. Um, I think you can. I think based on what you told me, I could, but I'm not entirely sure I can do it. So let me just show you. So this funnel, step 2 gets their contact name, right? They
Okay.
fill out some stuff, gets their email and their name and all of that. My computer has been, I rebooted
That's
and
just high level. It's been like that for a couple days, and then when you're sharing your screen and streaming, everything else goes slow.
it just goes slow. So what I want to do is step 2 is the form that gets their contact information. Step 3 is a calendar. Is there a way to pass the email to the calendar
Yep.
form?
Yeah.
That's my question.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want me to share and show you, or
Yes,
you want
I'm
to?
going to stop sharing and then I'm going to listen.
Okay, so let's go to, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter which form we do. So a couple of different ways that you can do it is, I think I was trying to think of somebody that it would have already did it. I can't remember which account it is. I set it up the other day, but or like, it was probably like 2 months ago. But all you have to do is, okay, so let's gonna I have to select which one we're gonna share. Let's go to, I don't know, doesn't even matter. Let's pick a funnel here that we're okay, so free marketing audit funnel. I think that's just a high level one. Okay, so let's say we have a form on this page. So
Mhm.
two different options is you can under the form builder itself, you can go when you're creating a form. Let's go 3 week to 3K registration form. Two different options. So if you click on this button up here, style and options, and if you
Mhm.
click on options up here, instead of saying a message, you could say open URL, and then you could
Yeah.
tell it where you want to go. Okay. So if it was like, if you, the next step in your funnel is, yeah, myfunnel.com
Yeah.
slash next. Then you could put a question mark. That means there's going to be a query string after it. Okay. So this is where we can go email equals, then you'd add contact.id. So that's a merge key. And if you look up high level merge keys, you can find all those things.
Options that I can do
Yeah,
that. Okay.
they have a doc that has all those merge keys in there. that you can add. So where were we here? So here I have contact. So it wouldn't be ID, it would be email. Okay.
Email.
So we're going to pass email. Now, see this string right here? That is what gets picked up. So on a normal form, even if you want to pass information, you can do this in trigger links too. I do this all the time. Is in our trigger links, we go question mark, email equals contact dot email. Now when that trigger link gets sent out to a customer, it'll have that email equals in there. And then if you look under these fields here, you'll see query key. So under the query key, you'll see email. So now when this page gets loaded and up in the top, we see question mark, email equals, there'll be like Jason at think big or whatever. Whatever that will automatically get auto-filled in here. And you can do first name, last name, email, phone number. You can do all that, and you can do any custom ones you want as well. So if you had a different field that was like, let's say product number or something like that, you could pass that in the thing. And as long as you had the query key as that, it will autofill that detail in there for you. So same thing with calendars too. So the other way to do this is, so same kind of thing, but you can do it right in the funnel too. So let's go to this
Can I ask you a
registration funnel.
question?
Yes.
So I don't have the URL of the person yet because it's a new client and I'm building page 2. So I understand what you're saying. You're saying redirect the form to the specific
Yeah.
next step and pass those parameters.
Yeah.
Right. Pass the email parameters or whatever other field I want to pass. But how do I know what the email is what the URL is going to be if they've got a new account?
So what I will do lots of times is this is where you'll see it in our stuff. I'll create a custom value for that URL.
Gotcha.
So then we can just pass it in there, and then like this is where we always see domain. Under here you'll see rewards domain URL, and then I'll take this custom value and put it into the URL spot. And then here is that's where it's going to go. So I use this for all our trigger links and all that kind of stuff. So instead of putting hard coding in the URL, I will use the custom value in everything. That way, if you do want to change your domain name, you just change it in one spot and then updates everywhere else, right? It updates in every one of those things. So if we go to trigger links, we'll have a good example here because I have it everywhere in here. So I go
remember
custom.
in one of the trainings that you taught that. So
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. So
yeah, so that plus that, and then this is where we're passing those different URL parameters for phone, contact ID, stuff like that. Interesting thing is if you pass contact ID to a form, no matter what you put in that form, like as long as it has their contact ID, you don't have to have name, phone number, email. It'll already associate it with that contact because you passed that contact ID in the URL.
Is that only for forms, or does it work for the calendar too? It's only for
it might
forms?
work for the calendar too, but it won't autofill their name. I don't know if you can get rid of the name, phone number, email in a calendar. I haven't ever tried, but let's say we're in sites. And then let's go just that workshops one here. This is the one we were looking at earlier. If we're on this one and we click edit, you could do the same thing as we talked about earlier. Sometimes if you're just setting it up for a client, I would set up that custom value, and then I lots of times will just create. I have a domain that we use for setting up clients, and it's like freshrep.com or freshlp. And then you can create a subdomain for them while you're testing things and getting things set up. And then you can always change that domain later. I just get it in there in case we need to test things, because lots of stuff won't work properly unless you have a URL in there, right?
So you just brought up this point then to me is, as I create new accounts, can I use the custom value updater to auto? I mean, well, every new account is already bringing in my domain app at onlinetravelboss.com, right? So I could can it update the custom value with that automatically? Can I have it automatically update everyone's account with that and then they change it out once they change it out? Like,
No, you would need to have for those sub accounts, they need to have their own domain because in high level you can only have one domain associated
yeah, I understand
with per sub account, right? So there isn't really a way to
well, they have to
there's
publish
no
this.
automated way to add a domain to a sub account.
Yeah, I'm following what you mean. I understand.
Yeah.
They have to publish the funnel anyway. That's part of the training that I've done anyway. So
Yeah,
they have to
so
select their domain and
you
publish
can
it.
have this pre-written. Like you can have this in here slash whatever the next step
Mhm.
is, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it, question mark, email equals, contact dot email. You can have that pre-written in here, and then when they update their custom value with that domain, then it will fill everything in and then you can hit publish. And then what that'll do is it'll go to the whatever you put in here as the next step for their calendar and then or for the next funnel page. And then it'll pass that email, phone number, name, first name, last name. You can pass all that stuff over for them.
It's clicking. I knew I could do it. I just didn't know. I know the question mark there, but I just still struggle with applying it. But
Yeah.
this was helpful, so I think I got it now.
So whatever you have in that query string in a form, the calendars do the same thing too. So just query string to calendar, and then that will autofill. And you can go from trigger link to calendar and do the same kind of thing too.
I'm missing the query string. I'm missing the application of that. I'm not following that.
Oh, okay. Just inside the form, like on each
Uh-huh.
form for each field on a form, there is the query. I think it's called query. So if we click on this one here, this one says query key. And this one says email. So if email is in the URL, email equals something in the URL, it'll autofill this here. Same with this one. This one's last name. If last name is in the URL, question mark last name equals whatever, it will autofill whatever that value is into there. Same thing first name. So first name is in the URL, it'll autofill that for you.
That's really powerful.
Yeah, you can do tons with it. Like we've done
Like,
webinar registrations and stuff like that, and pass all different kinds of values across, and then it autofills like hidden forms or hidden fields, and then we can process those in the workflows next and do stuff like that too.
I
So
have some updating to do now.
yeah, so you play around with it and you'll see as soon as you play around with it, you'll get it.
Okay. This was
Yeah.
helpful. Thanks again, Jason.
You're welcome. Emily, at the start of today's training, I did a bit of an update for you or kind of reviewed things, and I will show you right now.
I didn't realize I was on mute. I apologize. I actually just saw that and I was celebrating so much. Like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
There we go. So you can go redeem. Here you can add your points. There you can redeem it. Yep, it's still going to pull up that what their dollar balance is. And if you go back over to here, you'll see you redeemed this, and then it was for one item, and then this one is for one item.
Yes.
There too. So I'm also storing the number of items that were redeemed per transaction there in the database. We're just not doing anything with it right now, but the details should be there as well. So in the future, if we want to
one more
pull out
time
some kind of report.
where I see the item numbers at.
Oh yeah, so just right here. You'll just see here one items. Oh, it says items, 3 items, 1 items. For the number there. So you'll see how many points were redeemed, and then here it'll say for how many items.
So like if I just go to the person's account.
Yeah, so that's under view contact.
Gotcha. Oh, gotcha. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, that is excellent. I was testing it out with a couple of our people that we needed to track their stuff that they redeemed. So that is awesome. So we'll just at some point I could work with you to get how to extract that data in a way
Yeah,
that
maybe we even have, maybe I should put another field here that says how many items that were, per that transaction as well, especially for the manual redeem ones.
okay.
Um,
Everything that we do will be manual.
yeah,
Of course, that's just for us. For me, it's less, I mean, it's great to know each individual person, but for me, really in the grand scheme of things, I just need to be able to get the totals like for the week or the month or so we know
okay.
that 87 items left the store that day or that, whatever it is. So
Okay, yeah, we should be able to, that'd probably be more into reporting.
okay.
That might be something that we add more into reporting for transactions or exporting out
Okay.
transactions.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have this. That's something I'll look into is exporting out the transactions list here.
Okay.
And it wouldn't be per customer though. You'd want it per agency, right? Per
Yep.
for the whole thing. So for the whole store. So maybe under reporting, we
Okay.
have it here under
Okay, cool.
reporting transactions or something like that.
That's amazing. Okay.
Might be a better way to do it.
Okay. One quick question that I
Yeah.
did have. So I was running into an issue where I've added somebody to the workflow, just uh add points. Um, oh gosh, now I'm not going to be able to remember what the specific workflow is called. I can show you, but um that add contact
Yeah.
and add points or whatever that one. And then they didn't show up in the on the leaderboard. And so I ended up being able to find them by using their phone number, but they
Okay.
weren't reachable by their name. And I was just wondering, it doesn't happen all the time. It only is happening sometimes.
I noticed like so I was doing a little thing and probably for a period of an hour yesterday there was a time where the name wasn't being because I added in a new function into our add contact
Okay.
thing there, which would because the way we had it before, and this is weird. You would add them in. It would track the reward, like the reward. It would track the transaction, but it wasn't adding a new contact in there. It was waiting. I have another one that runs every like twice a day that adds in contacts. But now I made it so that it automatically add in that
Oh, okay.
contact. But I put in first name with name lowercase and it would had to be uppercase for the end, which I messed up. So for a period of an hour yesterday, there were some transactions that went through where that or when you added people that when they got added to the contacts, their name wasn't pulled over. But I will probably I think I've done something similar on referrals.
Okay.
Um, so I'll do something like that with contact and then we can update the names there too if it happens to pull in somebody that we don't have their name is blank, then we'll autofill it in.
Okay. Okay. Great.
I noticed that yesterday. And then I noticed also it was weird, but in your webhook for and this is like a glitch between I don't know high level and our stuff or whatever, but if there was a space after action, like it said action space and it was just in there, but then it made our system not recognize the key that got passed over because there was a space after the word action. It was still adding points and it's still adding people and everything like that. But then that's why I think in yours, if you go to view contact, um, it won't show you, um, it won't say like give points or something like that. It'll just show you all their transactions. I'm not really sure. But I noticed in our database, there was a lot of the ones coming from yours was saying, let's just see here, contacts. Yeah, I won't go into that, but it was just it wasn't showing in the get point. So I went in and fixed that. I went and changed that webhook for you on
Perfect.
yours, and I just got rid of the white space, which
Okay.
then started bringing everything in properly, but it was still counting transactions. But I'm gonna see if there's a way how I don't really even know how we do it, but to remove those white spaces just to I don't know confirm like to make sure it goes through just because that's
Okay.
just like a simple thing that could be human error, right? That's just like um you accidentally put a white space after the word action and then then it doesn't work anymore. So
You
that's
in
kind of
the work,
weird.
you
But
mean in the workflow? That's how it.
yeah, so in the workflow under the workflow webhook, it said action and then it was like action and then space.
Weird. Okay.
It was yeah, again, you wouldn't
Okay.
think that that would cause an
Okay.
issue.
Okay.
But yeah, so like the
Okay.
example was so I just for everybody listening, the give points here, it said um here under this webhook there was action and then there was like a space afterwards.
Oh, okay.
And like not something that you would notice, but then I noticed in our back end it wasn't tracking give points because there was a space. And I guess the same thing would be if there was redeem here,
Sure.
it wouldn't be redeeming. It wouldn't be working properly because
Okay.
that extra space
Okay.
was there. So, uh,
Okay. Good to know.
so just
Mhm. And then one other question I had is I'm pretty much manually adding people to the workflow when they come in to shop or as I'm, entering their manual slips.
yeah.
Accidentally added points in the leaderboard before I had added the person to the workflow. So I was wondering if there will be any kind of a issue in terms of the user experience if I add them after I've already or if it should be fine either way outside of like I've added the points to their account and then I go and add them to the workflow. Will there be
It shouldn't be it shouldn't make you need to if you're passing the points, you need to have the points on the contact first. And then if you add them to the workflow like let's say you add them to that workflow with 0 points and then add them to that workflow again with 500 points,
Mhm.
it'll just update that contact. It won't add a new contact.
Okay.
Is that
Okay.
what your question was?
Yeah, I just wondered if they're gonna if it's gonna be a weird experience for them or if there's gonna be some kind of like, um, because I guess the major concern I had was that she had points on her account on our end, but she didn't have any way to log in and didn't get the message that normally would go out saying, "Hey, congratulations, now you can see your dashboard by clicking this
Right.
link." So I wanted her to have that link, so then I added her to the workflow, but then I was like, "Oh, wonder if that's going to impact the way that because I did it backwards kind of,
Yeah,
right?"
she might get one email with you don't yeah, here's a link to your dashboard. Um, or you just got points
Yeah.
and then get another one that says your points have been updated.
And I guess I didn't check, which we could really quick, unless you already know. Are they getting that when I add their points? Are they getting a notification now saying, congratulations, you just got points, or whatever that message is?
Well, I think we set it up the other day. Like I
Okay.
think we went over it on that call. I didn't go set it up in your thing, but you and I did it on the call. So I don't know if you went and set that up.
Oh. I think I maybe just misunderstood. So I need to go and set that up then.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I don't remember if we
That's okay. I'll go take a look and see if I can figure it out. I
so I don't
think
know if we did that on Tuesday or what that was. Was that on Tuesday that we talked about it?
no, it was
Or
on
was it?
Friday during our one-on-one
Oh,
that
then
we
it would have been done in there, I think. But I think you just needed to change the messaging.
Okay, because I'm gonna look really quick. I
Yeah,
don't.
you want to share your screen again? Let's take a look.
Sure. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you
yeah.
just need to change your messaging in there because I think we just set it up quickly and then I didn't know what you wanted to say. So
I I've added a couple just while I was on here. And yeah, so those, would it be in conversations or should I go back to contacts? Like if I just added,
Go to automations.
okay.
Just sorry, 1 second. Somebody is asking about how to get into the call here. Okay.
Oh, there, yeah, okay, so can see. Oh no, that's different. That's
Redeem reward points. Now go back to builder.
okay.
Oh yeah, go what do we call it? Scroll up, then go back, click back. Let's just see. I don't remember exactly where we added it. Um, I don't see. Okay, sorry. Update number. I'm just gonna try log into your thing here and just take a look. So I
Okay.
know we added it. I have to log out here.
Excuse me.
There you go. This is in the launch lab call. Okay. I have too many tabs open. Yeah, that's what I said. There we go. Okay, so I think I just got logged in here. Okay, switch society. I thought we added it, but maybe we didn't. Automations. There, Christopher, there you got it in here.
think I
Perfect.
have. I don't know what link I had. I'm gonna update my calendar.
Yeah, so there's just the GHL Power Tools one, and then there's the Agency Launch Lab one. The two
Yeah,
separate
I was
ones.
on Agency Launch Lab, Zoom. So I'm updating it now. So thank you.
Yeah, so where is the
That's how I was thrown off at PST 12. I'm like, that's 3 o'clock here, but
yeah, I don't know why it says that in the email. It shouldn't have. Update member points here.
I just met with the fitness owner, 2 hour meeting.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was really good.
Emily, what do we call it? Because I thought we did it.
Um,
It's not under rewards. Initial monthly redeem reward points. Oh, I think it's that one, isn't it?
I guess I'm maybe unclear about what we called the workflow for that.
Last day redeem.
I don't think we did it because when we tested it, I thought you said there that when we looked, there wasn't any message that was going. You're like, why isn't there a message? So I don't think I thought it wasn't there. Like
Oh,
you said in your system that they should be that you thought it was set up so that they should be getting a message.
yeah.
Like but we couldn't find it. So I don't I don't remember us setting it up.
Okay. let's see, because I know, um, did I set it up in here? No, that's a different one. Because I know it's a different workflow. I know we did it. I just don't remember where we did it.
Okay.
You'd think it'd be under there. What were we? Sorry, I just can't remember now. We did
was
it when the lifetime value changes.
And
For the,
points have been added.
yeah. So then I just don't remember where we added it here, surprisingly, after a couple days. And I don't even know what this is. I'm in mine, so let's just go back to yours because then I was like, well, we can do it again, but you said no messages are being sent out, right?
I am gonna check one specific contact that I just added points to and see if it went.
Okay.
No, it did not.
Okay,
No.
so then let's just do it under here. Let's do I'm just no, I just I'm gonna spend time and try and figure out which snapshot I created it in because I know we did it.
Okay.
Probably dumb of me, but um yeah, I don't know exactly where I did, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, let's go into here. So in Switch Society, reward system, let's make this like R004 or something like that.
Would you be able to show me what you
Oh yeah, sorry, I thought I was sharing my screen. That explains why it was okay, so here let's just go R004 points redeemed.
Not redeemed though.
Points changed. I don't even know whatever you'd want to say. Like
It's on the when they get added. Congratulations, you got added, the points got added so like the lifetime. I think like you said, it was when the lifetime value changed, that they got a message. Wasn't on the redemption side though, it was when we add
but it would
points.
just so when the lifetime oh yeah, okay. So
But the lifetime points will be impacted both on the addition and the subtraction. So whether it's a adding or a redemption, the lifetime points will be impacted, right? Or no?
yeah, no, lifetime points aren't change. They don't change when you subtract.
Oh, when you redeem,
This
right?
just
That's
shows you your
okay.
lifetime points.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Okay. Okay.
um points added. Let's go R. We'll just do this 0.5 points added. So here the trigger would be yeah, weird because I remember we did this, but I just don't
Now
remember
that you're saying that, I do also, and
uh
I don't know where it would be.
contact changed. And then this is going to be lifetime. Smart rewards lifetime points has changed. And then we would just go send email. And then this is where you can send whatever you want in here. So
Okay.
I'll leave it for you to
Yeah. I'll
change.
go in and finish that. Thank you so
Um,
much. I really appreciate
um,
that.
I'll just I have to fill in something here. And I'll just leave it as draft.
Perfect. I will
So yeah, that's it. Whenever the lifetime
okay.
points has changed, then it'll update that.
Awesome.
And the
Perfect.
lifetime points don't change when you redeem. So it's
That
just when
makes sense.
points are added.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
I even remember calling it like R005 or something like that. It was so weird. Like No contact earn points reset expiry. So maybe we want to change that from R005, but
Okay.
yeah, weird. Okay. Anyways, that's how you do it. There
Okay.
it is.
Thank you.
All right. Christopher, thanks for joining us. Did you have any questions today? Anything that I can help you with?
Me? Do I have questions?
Yeah, did you have any questions or anything?
I have a whole Bible of questions. No, I literally, I'm fresh out of that meeting with the fitness person.
Okay.
And it was really, really good meeting. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. So a question I have, right? He's using a platform. So I know you guys said you did a lot of fitness businesses before, right?
Yeah.
So he's using a software called Gym Studio that he's paying, I think, 200 and something dollars a month to handle his bookings and
Okay.
it's his POS. But he has no automations. He has the newsletter sign up that's set up through MailChimp, but when I went to sign up for it, I'm not getting any nurture campaigns out of it.
Right. That's typical for most businesses.
Yeah, he did some he doesn't know, which I understood, but I was just pointing it out to him. And then he's paying $230 a month to use MailChimp to send out his email list. He said he brought a list with 10,000 contacts in it, which I think you and I know,
Like
like
just local
he
people?
just brought a list of, I said, did you buy that list of 10,000? He was like, yeah. I was like, so it's not really a valid list. It's a valid list from
Right.
the people we got it from, but I don't know what that list is worth, but he said that he got 2 people signed up from that list. So I don't know, but he's paying
Yeah.
$230 a month for MailChimp, $200 a month for the Gym Studio software. Um, he has a QR code that he's handing out
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
that is driving him straight to the Gym Studio landing page. So I'm like, well, that's not really helping you. How do you know who's going to the landing page? How do you know if they're visiting? How do you know where they come from? And he was
Right.
like, I really don't. But when they sign up, I'll get the notification, a MailChimp that tells them how they signed up. So I'm
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
well, that's not really, I don't think that's,
You can do things way a lot better for sure.
yeah, and inside of Go High Level, right? Like
Yeah.
having the QR code pushed to a form similar to, I guess, what we talked about with the link tree, I guess. Because he has the same QR code. One is for, on one side, it looks like a football ticket. On one side, it says free
Okay.
class for adults. On the other side, it says free classes for athletes. The QR code leads them all to Gym Studio. So I'm like, okay. No alerts are sent to the client for any reminders.
Yeah. Yeah.
No push notifications because they don't have it. No SMS marketing.
So
He's
is he
not.
willing to switch his thing then
Yeah.
or what?
So yeah. So what he had said, it was like, listen, I'm only using Gym Studio because it's what I use to book, and he built his website on Squarespace. So I'm like, I work in WordPress. So I'm pretty, and he's paying $60 a month to
Yeah.
Squarespace or something. So I'm like, dude, you got a whole bunch of monthly expenses just off the rip that I can just reduce for you like instantly. We can move
Yeah.
everything over to a WordPress site, have more control over it. I can set up a booking system. I was making it up because I'm like, I gotta Google a booking system, which I
You should be
Bookpress.
able to pretty easily
Well,
for him. Because
booking
if
press is like,
he's a personal trainer.
yeah, he's a personal trainer, strength developer. He just partnered with a physical therapist that's going to be splitting some
Yeah.
of he has a $7,000 overhead a month.
Oh, okay. So
So
he has his own space then too.
yeah, the space is beautiful, it's huge.
Yeah.
Um, so but he has a $7,000 overhead now. So now he needs help trying to market it and get it together. He charges about $500 a month per athlete, and that gives them kind of like 3 or 4 classes a week with a
Oh,
maximum capacity of 18.
is he doing group classes too, or is it just
Yeah, he does.
one-on-one?
group trainings because he's like
Yeah.
in where I'm at, we have my son's Catholic school and the other one are like the top two Catholic schools in Jersey. Um,
Okay.
he's with the competitor, Bosco. So so he has we're dealing with elite athletes, like
Yeah, yeah.
potential elite athletes. So he's like $400 to $500 plans. Um, yeah, so he doesn't have any kind of referral system other than if you
Oh, you
bring
could
me
do a lot for him then. Like you can
yeah,
do so much for him.
10%. If you bring a person, they sign up $100 off for you, $100 off for them. A missed call
Yeah.
text. He doesn't have, and he literally has nothing.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm
So
trying
yeah,
to,
I would whip him up a proposal and be like, dude, these are the things that we can do for you, and then deliver it to him.
yeah. So what can I do for him though?
Everything you just said. Literally
Now,
everything you just said.
now that I figured that, and I'm gonna wait. I assume when you guys release your fitness snapshot, it's gonna cover a lot of this, right?
Yeah, it's got
Or
a number of things in there for sure. It's a lot around promotions and referrals. I don't have everything in there for like booking and classes and those kind of things. Um, but we could definitely look at what it was because more we're geared more towards the marketing side of things, but not the whole fitness management. But
yeah.
I'm not opposed to taking a look at what we can build for that too.
Yeah, because I know, like I said, I found Booking Press, which is probably one of the number one booking plugins for WordPress users, from rental cars to gyms to
Yeah.
kitchen, everything. Pet grooming, business consultants,
So
rental
what
maintenance.
does yeah, we haven't really thought about like the whole class management, but I think you can build that into high level now with more with calendars and stuff like that too. Depends on what his classes are like, and because you can set up group class calendars
Mhm.
um now too, but that's not something we can build in necessarily to a snapshot where it's like here
Yeah, I
set
would think that the
class.
booking plugin would have to still be maintained where the people can book. The question is like when they do book, is there a way for them to get the text, through the high level platform, how they get the text message alert or
Yeah, it's
um
kind of like yeah, you can totally do that. So inside of when you're setting up calendars, you can set up class bookings and stuff like that too. So when you create a class booking calendar, inside here you can add your team member for who's going to be on that. Where was it? Under advanced settings, I think you need to go into the next um class. At least time I don't have any team members in my calendar or in my system here because this is the demo. Here, so that's probably not going to work to show you how to do it. Um,
he has one review on his Google page too.
yeah.
I'm
I
like,
mean, I would
the
need, I
physical
don't even
therapist
know if you
left it.
need to start with moving his booking calendars and stuff over, but I mean, you could, you just want to have
I think what I told him I was gonna
people
do, I
have
said,
to schedule for classes, right? Because he probably has a
yes,
limited space.
yes. So I told him the first thing I wanted to do was I got to set him up with a phone number, the text enabled phone number, and finish building out his Google My Business page because he doesn't have it set up properly.
Yeah.
Use the Go High Level phone number as
I, yeah.
right.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if high level is at a point where you could set up a whole class schedule and then have people book for classes. I know we can kind of do something similar. But I wonder
Wow.
what it would take for setting up like a group, like a fitness, because like Mondays we're doing, because you have different hours throughout the entire day where it's like join this class, join that class, join this class, and then
Yeah,
then he's doing things there. I know you can limit the number of people who sign up for a class.
yeah,
Um, but it's not like say like Mind Body where you can go and check to see what available classes are and then what the availability is on each one of those classes. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, he used to be with MindBody. He said he used them and they couldn't do something. They couldn't do an integration, so he left them, and that's how he
Okay.
got Gym Studio. Yeah, this is the people that he's using now.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I don't think uh, from what he's describing, he just needs a booking. I can just get the booking press. This is what I'm thinking of it. I can just get a simple booking press plugin off of put it into the
Can you do group classes and stuff with that?
yeah. With booking press, you can have people. Well, I just started exploring it, and from what I'm
Yeah.
reading, it looks like you can do, all type of different
I'm going to
different
explore this because I'm going to explore inside of high level about how to do. I know, so there's class bookings. Just I'm going to play around with it later or over the next few days and see what we can set up because I haven't dug. I've done like a number of different calendars for people, but I haven't really dug too deep into uh let's just go user one add thing.
But I would think that but going backwards, I mean, setting up his go high level phone number, getting that
Yeah.
set up, setting up a review.
Yeah, you can
Um,
set all that stuff with core four stuff, even
yeah,
conversations thing on a website for
yeah. I
them.
showed him the
Um,
chat bot. I showed him
chat,
conversations through the
chat,
app.
link up his social media accounts all into one thing. He can do a social media planner from there, so he can post and do all that kind of stuff from high level. I think it'd take a little bit of playing around to take a look at what it would look like for setting up the booking calendar for a fitness business, but it's interesting anyways.
You like challenges, huh?
Yeah, yeah, that's like this whole everything we do fills my whole need of problem solving and
Yeah, well, I'm
like
the same way.
puzzles.
Like I like the challenge of trying to come up with a solution that's going to solve the need, right?
Yeah.
The critical thinking, the flow. We're the same way. The inquisitiveness of our brains is like, how can I do this?
Yeah,
I know
totally.
it can be done,
Uh,
right? Like,
our place. So let's hit confirm booking calendar slash my class calendar. Yeah, because it's shared between all of high level.
yeah, because I was showing them like, the restaurant how I have them every call that comes in. Like I was showing them like this call came in. See the text. Hey, sorry, we're busy right now.
Yeah.
Can we do the voicemails that they're listening to? He was like, I have none of that. So how many people are calling you? He said, I probably go all the time, but what happens if you don't answer? He's like, I don't know. You know, and he does it, right? He's like, I don't know. I said, well, that's where people like me help people like you know, tighten all this stuff up.
Availability, specific hours, but then we can also say seats per class. Like, so if you had 20 people per class, you'd have to create a different calendar for each
Every
one,
single, yeah.
every one of his classes, right?
Yep. He has 3 on Thursday, 2 on Friday,
You know,
no Saturdays, no
1
Sundays.
hour date range. You can do book out, say 7 days in advance, kind of thing. Don't have to worry about that. Recurring meeting. This is recurring meetings. No, it's not going to be recurring meetings.
It would be if it was a class that meets every Tuesday, right? No?
No, this
Oh no,
is
this is a calendar. Sorry.
repeat daily. Um, this is going to show Monday to Friday, and then you would have to say like, so we're going to do 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. On each one of those days, or this day it's going to be, yeah, 4 p.m. to 5
Assuming
p.m. kind of
assuming
thing.
like so I'm looking at his gym studio. He has a Monday class, 5:45 to 6:30,
Yeah,
9 to 45, 2:30. In that calendar, this would be oh no. So if you had built by Jew that was on
you can say
Monday,
what days that you want it to show up
yeah, yeah,
on those because lots of times they'll have this class is going to be on Mondays,
right.
this class is going to be on Wednesdays, this class can be on Fridays, and then you have the same group at the same time for those. So it'd be like advanced level 1 or whatever on Monday, Wednesday, Friday between
Yep.
6:45 and whatever. Or there's like the early risers class or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like he does Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He does 5:45 to 6:30. That's his built by Jude.
Yeah. So then you can go through and you'd have to create a different calendar for each one of those. Each one of those classes. So that's why it's not something that can be really built into a snapshot, because everyone's going to have
Custom
different
calendars.
whatever. You can have them consent and do all those things and then send notifications and have things. So it's a bit more probably of a build out in order to set it up for them than like some of these systems that are like literally tell us what classes you want and then
They do
it's
it all.
done, right?
Yeah.
So it's doable. And because they've had the group booking calendar, you're just gonna have to have a different calendar for each one of those things. Now they can all go to his Google Calendar to sync up with everything, but and then they can also show up in his calendar here. So you can
It was weird because he was saying like Gym Studio. He was like, Gym Studio doesn't sync with my calendar. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, weird.
He's like, it won't sync with my calendar. I'm like, that's stupid. Like, why
Yeah,
would
that
it?
is dumb.
I was like, that doesn't it does. Maybe he doesn't know how to do it, but I can only go off what he's telling
Well,
me.
he hasn't set up too many things, so there's a chance
Yeah,
that he
it's one of his pain
just
points.
doesn't know
Yeah.
to.
So what you're thinking is like with the calendar bookings, you could just. But
You have to
what
create a
about?
different calendar for each one of his classes, and then
But it presupposes that all these people are paid people, right? Like what if you're if you're a monthly member, then when
yeah,
you sign up for the classes, it's going to be
there
free.
isn't
No way to
really a way
differentiate.
that you can. I don't know
Unless
if there's a way that you could prevent it,
yeah, correct.
like
That's
by
what I'm
using these calendars, right?
unless it's like it's not a public calendar. It's only like, thank you for becoming a member. Here's your calendar for bookings. But I mean, technically, I guess he would know who's paid and who's not, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I think so.
but you could make it a private calendar with a link for people to book through, right?
Yeah, you can. The only thing is like, yeah, if you have somebody who was a member and then they decide not to become a member anymore, they would still have the booking link.
Yeah, but it wouldn't matter because he would know who they were, right?
Yeah, you could also do an automation that checks to see if they're tagged as a member, and if they're not a member, then remove them
Yeah.
from the count, remove their booking. You could
Oh.
do that. Wouldn't prevent them from showing up to the class, but
But
I think you could probably do something like that. Um, I don't know if you could do members only because there's no logins here, right? Within high level, there's no members. Oh, yeah. You would have to, I don't even know if you could get it into like a membership portal where you have the membership portal and then have the booking links in there where they could book their classes.
well, you could do that on WordPress. Like you
Yeah,
do
you
have,
can.
yeah, you have the members where they only get access to certain pages and resources as a member.
True.
So you could do that and then put a calendar within that member portal, which will be another like member buddy or whatever it's
That's
called.
why we tend to focus more on the marketing side of things, just getting more people signed up and getting more people
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
And we've done that, and that's primarily when we were working with when we work with fitness businesses. And we have, and recently as well, but it's all on the marketing side, right? Build their website, build their assets, build their automations. And then
correct.
it's not about, we're not handling the booking or anything. It's just getting new members signed up and generating the leads for them. And that's what we focus on,
Yeah,
so creating those campaigns to get people to sign up and then getting people to come back and rewarding people for referrals and that kind of stuff as well.
yeah. Like I said, I
Um,
think with in the conversation, it was just he was just I was asking all the questions about his business, like
yeah.
you know, and the bottom line is I wasn't necessarily looking at Go High Level to be the booking calendar.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know if you could, but I just know that I
I
know
think
that
you could
in
do
WordPress,
it, but it would, yeah, like exactly what you just said. It's not tied just to members though.
yeah. But I think in WordPress alone, we could purchase the plugin that will allow him to take all the bookings away from Gym Studio and have it on the WordPress site, right? Um,
Yeah.
there's a with Booking Press, there's a whole dashboard for them to look at the calendar, look who signed up, approve them, et cetera, et cetera. Which is, that's fine. It's just me as a web developer or as a website builder, marketing for you, making sure that your business can operate, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. All they need to add in here is just like you need to all they need to have in here really is just to check to see if they're, I mean, there's other, yeah, you can't entirely prevent it. It's just because nothing is password protected. Um, to have people their own logins and things like
but let
that.
me ask you this
Access to-
question, like, but if say I'm using something like a Booking Press and they book a class, is there a way for that confirmation to go through high level?
Depends on what you're doing. And if you can do a Zapier, is it like a Zap or a like use Make or something like that, you could totally do it.
Because Make will just say, the Zap will just read whatever that. Um, um, well, I guess it depends on how you set the automation up. I'm sorry, there's
Yeah.
probably different ways to do it. Like once they confirm the booking will go to a Google, whatever it is. Like I don't know if it goes to a Google sheet and then reads that new file and then basically connects it back to Go High Level. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyhow.
so Jason, here I got so much going on, bro. Oh, I didn't got my camera on. Sorry. Um, I got so many different things happening. So good things and bad things.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm saying it's good that I'm having these meetings with people
Yeah.
and definitely the need there to service them, but I'm still so ignorant a little bit to the process of trying to bring it all together. And I took your advice yesterday when you were talking about the phases, and that's why I said it to him. I'm like, hey, well, we'll break all this down into phases. Like the first thing is we got to get you off of Squarespace, get the website built for you. But in building that
Yeah.
website, you know, um, well, we got to set up your Go High Level. We got to get a phone number for you first. Set up your Google My Business. Um, get that stuff going. And then I was telling them that let's focus on doing some reviews. Let's focus on targeting your existing list. I wouldn't say the whole 10,000, but
Yeah.
well, but with target the list to get some reviews. I think that's an easy win, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Wouldn't that
Oh
be
yeah,
like
absolutely. And just like even if he must if he's been in business for a while, he must have past customers who have left and who are still athletes and would maybe come back. You know what I
possible?
mean?
Yeah.
So
Uh,
setting up nurture sequence for them, nurture campaign for those customers, sending out some emails, giving people an offer to come back if they haven't been in, in a long time, join for your first month for half price or something. I don't know what I mean. Get people to come back in. There's lots of different options.
now
For
with the with GHL with the power tool stuff, like when we're so correct me if I'm wrong, like are you helping us set that stuff up? Like with smart reviews, is is that the business in the box to kickstart that?
Yeah, you can install that, and then that's like a whole review system with follow up and all that kind of stuff is built
So
in there.
let me show you something because I want to open up my account because I know you said to me like I had the wrong where's my proof of user account? Oh, here it is. Can I share my screen with you?
Yeah.
Share screen. Oh, shit. Can you see it?
Yep.
Is my screen sharing or no?
Yeah, yep. You are, yep.
Oh, you can see it? Okay.
Yep.
So when I go, I gotta go back to my agency view. So I think so I got smart power tools, QR code, promotions, video testimonials. Well, I don't need that right now, but I was trying to follow that.
Video testimonials, you need to purchase like some video minutes and stuff like that too for the transcoding of everything.
Got it.
But that's
So
included.
I
Yeah.
just saw I came across it through one of the trainings and
Yeah.
sometimes I get
So if you're in
through.
the agency view, you probably don't want all of these things. So you have control or smart power tools. That's probably the only thing you want to show on there. The QR code generator, all those other things are all for more for sub accounts. But
Gotcha. So
um, yeah, the power tools is this is your agency
let
backend
me
here, your
get back.
dashboard.
So here under custom menu. So you're saying I should just delete like V cards delete? What should I have? This power
No,
tool?
it's just it depends on what you're doing. So those like the V cards, video testimonials, promotions, QR code generator, those are all you have a show on agency, but those are more for sub accounts.
Got it. So yeah, see how it says show to all accounts? I click
Yeah.
it, save.
Or you
I
can
want-
just you can show it on all accounts, but maybe take it off the agency because it's not gonna, it's not gonna work there.
Okay.
So what you have is like,
I see what you're saying now. Sorry.
yeah,
Like
so just
I have proof producers, my agency set up as a sub account,
yeah, okay.
right?
But this is your own high level, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
but
so you just have your agency one in your agency dashboard. And then
and delete all these. So I
and
should
then you do
so
those are you only add those into your sub accounts. So you can show those on all sub accounts or you just show them on specific sub accounts you want.
but right here, this one is this specifically. See how
Yeah, and
since
you
the
don't want to show it all
creation-
sub. Yeah, you don't
yeah,
want to
but
show
watch.
that to all
I'm
sub
gonna
accounts.
close it. I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm gonna go back in. It's still back on all accounts.
That is a high level thing. So hit cancel or hit save.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go back now, it might show it there, but I don't know if it's going to show it on all your sub
On
accounts.
okay, so let's go back.
So like the setting gets triggered as on, but if you go into
Account.
your sub account, it shouldn't show it.
Okay, so it's not there.
It's just yeah, for some reason that's a glitch, a bug in high
Okay.
level where it's still showing.
But so for my personal agency account, why would I need it on my agency account? I don't, right? If I'm,
No, you just have it in your agency dashboard so that you can access.
I just want it here.
Yeah,
Correct?
you just want it
Yeah,
there.
okay.
That's right.
Okay. So when I go in here, damn, what was the whole point I was here? Damn, hold on a second. Oh, smart reviews. So if I want to add a location to manage, so because I think you said because I'm not a API user, I have to watch that video on how to add the
Oh,
location.
so if you click on add location to manage, what happens?
It just gives
Okay,
a
so you're on the what plan are you on?
the $97 plan.
Okay, so you have to, yeah, because you're on the 97 plan. You have to grab the location ID and the name from your sub account that you want to add. So like if you go to proof producers or whichever sub account, it doesn't matter. You can add this one. So
Yeah,
just go to settings and then business profile. You see location ID at the top there.
Yep.
Copy that, then go back to your agency dashboard there again.
And then I go to
Power tools,
smart
and then go to reviews, add
location.
location. Yeah, you didn't, for some reason you didn't grab the
Oh
location ID.
shit! No,
Yeah.
my dumb ass. I
Like
copied
to open up in
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always have two tabs open.
Yeah, I
Just
got
looking
it
at
now.
things.
Switch the sub account. I just realized I'm probably gonna have to copy and paste a couple things. Although the dash is right here. Location ID is there. And update. Okay. Update to API v2.
Oh yeah, so now click on, we talked about this at the start of today's call, but click on edit details.
Oh, it's misspelled too. You see it? IA.
Oh yeah, okay.
Click on edit details.
Edit
Okay.
details, and then click on connect API version 2. You're gonna have to,
Oh, this makes more sense now because I remember I kept seeing
yeah, now
API.
scroll down to find proof producers or whatever.
Boom. Let me close.
And then yeah, just you can close that now. You have to refresh the yeah, and you have to go back into it. Let's see.
So, what is your background? Are you a coder by
Oh
background?
man,
Or
I've done everything. I started out doing graphic design and 3D animation and working for a film company. Then I taught myself programming,
okay.
and
Yeah, I
then
did
I
C++,
built.
Fortran, JavaScript, but then after JavaScript, I'm like, fuck this.
I got into doing a lot of Flash, uh,
Okay. Oh, remember
Flash
Flash? Remember that back
programming
in the day?
animation, like ActionScript 3, which is a lot like JavaScript.
Yeah.
I did a lot of that. I used to create digital props for movies.
Oh,
So
okay.
anytime you'd see like people using computers, I created like Flash programs
Okay.
that allowed them to interact with like an interface, and it
Yeah.
looked like they were using the software, but they
Nice.
weren't. Um, so I did lots of that stuff, and then did photography and web design, and had more people working for me at some point, and then oh yeah, I mean all this stuff, and then yeah, I like building this kind of stuff. So then we got into high level 4 years ago, and I was like, okay, well, let's build the review system. And then I
Mhm.
built that, and then we just started adding more stuff. And
Music.
this is more of what I do now. So I do like a ton of API and PHP development
Okay. We'll
stuff. I
be on
mean, I
Prince
build a
too, right?
lot of still build funnels and do and then I did copywriting for a long time too. I studied a lot about copywriting and sales copy and marketing that. We got into we were with Russell Brunson and his one of his first Ignite
ClickFunnels.
programs, and
Yeah.
yeah, ClickFunnels, and here we go, details. Did all that kind of stuff. So there's just tons of stuff, and I'm always learning how to do more and new things.
Mm.
So for reviews, the reason why you're not seeing any custom values, um, because you didn't add the snapshot to the sub account yet. So you have to click on download snapshot.
Yeah, and I think I had them already
Yeah, so
down.
if you have it downloaded, you need to add it to that sub account. So yeah.
Imported snapshots. No, I got to go to sub account. Sorry. Um, manage client. Action. Close snapshot. And then the one I need is smart reviews snapshot, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, that's two. Oh, smart. What's the difference between snapshot and standalone?
Okay, so the snapshot is also going to have like a really basic referral program in there. And then the reviews standalone is just the reviews one. So if you're using reviews plus like our rewards program, then I would just use the standalone one. But if you're setting up, if you want a really simple referral system that asks people to leave a referral and refer a friend, then you would do that one.
So which one will I? So which one should I learn from? Should I learn from the one that has the referral system?
Sure.
Like for myself, for myself, I don't know how I'm gonna refer people, but so then all this would just be proceed.
Yeah, so it's our very first referral system that we built.
Yeah.
And then we built the reward system afterwards that used pieces of that, but we like enhanced it a lot more. So
Oh, but it's not. So I don't see it here, right?
yeah,
Oh,
go
this
to
is my.
sites. It's not, it doesn't have a dashboard.
Gotcha. Okay.
So click on sites and you'll see that it got loaded in under smart reviews.
What's Clean SaaS Cloud? What are these?
I don't know.
I got so much shit in here. Playing around trying to learn is so hard. So I got referral claim reviews. So I click on reviews.
Yeah, so go through like in our dashboard there's like or in our members.ghl smart scripts or smartreviews.com. I
Yep.
think that's how you can get to it is the training for reviews, but I'm gonna get that all
Here,
moved over to our docs.
this one, right? Or
No, that's a launch lab again. That's a launch lab is something separate.
okay.
Um,
Oh, so that's the members. What's it called?
by the
Members.
end of this weekend here, I'm gonna have that moved over. Members,
Oh,
our reviews. Let me check.
smart reviews. I thought I
Somebody
had
tried
that.
to get in there the other day and the domain wasn't working, but also high
Yeah.
level.
Oh, I sent you guys that. I think I sent you because on your welcome page it had a link, but then it said that you guys were moving. I got so many tabs open, Jason. It is crazy right now. But either way, so I guess so. What is
Oh yeah,
so?
so it's working now. High level was just glitching out
Okay.
the other day. So members at GHL Smart Reviews, if you didn't create a login for that, log in and then
I
it'll
do have
the
GHL. Here it
login,
is. There it is. I created a login and everything for it.
yeah.
I thought I did. Yeah, I am in here. Yeah, right. Account.
Uh,
Am I in the wrong place?
no, I think that's the right place. But you click up in the top right, I think the
Okay.
dots or whatever, it'll show you
Yeah.
courses.
So I took the course.
Click on courses there. I'm moving all this into our open docs type
Okay.
thing, so it's not all in here and you don't have to log in. Just because
So
it's
this is the Go High Level classroom, right?
yeah, this is. It's just
You
it
like
just
it or no?
it's okay. It's yeah, it's decent. Um, I just for the docs and the updates and training and stuff like that, I just want it into the new doc system that we're setting up. Just because then it's like it's less confusing for people just to get started, right? Or if you want, you don't have to remember your password, you don't have to remember login, you don't have to
Yeah.
remember URLs and stuff like that. You just have to go to the training, which is more kind of like an open docs help kind of thing.
So
Anyways,
what smart reviews? So what's the difference between when we run the regular review funnel that you get from Go High Level? Is it just this is built out with more
so
functionality?
this one, yeah, this one has like a page that pops up and people can pick 1 to 5 stars. We have a few different options for it. We've got a bit of a bit of a gating
Yeah,
feature
but I
there
thought that we
too.
weren't
So
supposed to. I thought we weren't supposed to be gating. Like Google was like corralling reviews is like can have a
yeah,
negative.
I mean, it's for the most part, you're not really supposed to, but tons of people
Or
still
still
do it. And I mean, we get a lot of people still using this that works well. So you have 3 different options. You have different options in here. So there's a no gating. The fourth step down is review and ranking, no gating. So that's not gating at all. We have a pop-up where you can have 3 or 4 different review sites that you can select from. So Facebook, Yelp, Google, and whatever other review sites you want to add in there. We have this ties into a referral one. It's just visually better, like nicer to look at as well. High levels is good too, but it just sends out a link in an SMS saying, "Hey, can you give us a review?"
yeah.
So
How,
depends on
how
how
does
you
this
want to do it. They both
how
work
would
well.
this integrate into a WordPress theme or does it?
It doesn't. You can change this funnel to look like whatever you want, and then you could use the lead connector plugin to plug into your WordPress page, and then have that under the same domain and everything there. You would just change it to look however you want.
Got it.
Anyways, I got a couple more minutes and then I got to jump off here
Yeah, I mean, I
for
think that's
today.
it. I'm just, yeah, I'm still just kind of stuck as where to start. I'll be honest.
Well, it's just again picking a couple pieces and implementing them, right? Rather than because it seems like you got so many different options. And now for that fitness dude, just write out the things that you want to do. That way you have a list of what you need to accomplish for that guy. Um,
Yeah, because like I just want to start off with a phone number and a review, right? And it's like,
yeah.
um, yeah, I don't even know. I'm overwhelmed now. I'm like, where the fuck to
Um,
begin? Okay. I know they got the 5-day review challenge that they're doing right now with Go High Level.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just
Like
it's
yeah, it's like it's all like fairly straightforward. Like they finish up their stuff, they get a review with it. Just depends on again, like don't try I wouldn't try and set up too many things because if you're still learning high level of how high level works and how that functions and stuff like that, the more you implement it, the better you understand it. But like I know I get to a point where I've got 8 things that I'm working on, 10 things that I'm working on, and they're all half done kind
yeah,
of thing. And then you feel bad because you're like, oh, I need to
correct.
get that
That's
done,
where
and I need
I'm
to get
at.
that
I'm
done,
like,
and I need to get this thing done. But then
yeah,
I need to spend time on this, and I need to spend no time on that. And then with everything else going on, because you're trying to do meetings and everything else as well,
I got
you're
work
like, I've
at
only
all
got to
times.
spend an hour working on these things today,
Yeah.
you know? And that's where you just got to like keep
I'm getting
chipping away.
paralysis. I'm like, you know what? I'm just like, I'm ready to just to give up because I'm like, I can't deliver on any of the things that I'm supposed to be delivering on. You know what I mean?
You have a list of the things that you're delivering on.
Like I was supposed to do Prime on the Mile. Like I'll just show you. Like I got the um AI integrated simply to go in. Then I was trying to work on the text, the Wi-Fi stuff. But then I'm like, why should I have them text when I can use the QR codes, the appetizers? I'm literally I'm all
Yeah.
over. I don't even I don't
I
even
think the best advice I can have is just write down this is what I'm doing
yeah
and follow it. Because it's so there's like 10 different ways to do the same thing
yeah
inside of high level. And that's one of the problems, right? There's a great book called the Paradox of Choice. And it's when
yeah
you have too many options, you shut down, right? You
yeah
don't know where do I go, what I work
yeah.
on.
Because I told my brother, oh, we're gonna do text Wi-Fi to the phone number, and then I'm like, fuck. Why should I have them text when I'm trying to put a QR code on the menu, and the menu is just gonna be for the VIP
Yeah, sometimes I find if you write it down on a piece of paper, we always used to do this. We used to for programming and stuff when I was in college, we called it pseudocode, which is you just write your stuff down, right? Like this step, this step, this step, this step.
yeah, trying to create the
Or
flow.
go into like whimsical or something. I use that and create a flow chart of that's going to go with this and then this and this. And then you can visually
Yeah,
you
I
can see the
definitely
process.
yeah, I got whimsical. I was looking at it because I was like,
Yeah, I
I
like
need to
it.
put my brain there because I'm like,
You can create mind maps, you can create flow charts, you can create that stuff, but it allows you to lay it out
yeah,
visually. Okay, this is going to happen, then that's going to happen, then that. I've got so many docs where, even just pieces of paper where I've just got boxes of like this step, this step, this step. Here's one I wrote the other day just for something simple that I was working on, right? And it's like
yeah,
it needs to do this, then it needs to go to this, and then it needs to go like this, and these are the things going to happen there. That way you can just take a look and then you don't have to like then you can be like, does that make sense? Right?
yeah.
Does that make sense for me? Is that where is that what we should be doing? Or is there a better there it doesn't even have to be a better way because I mean once you have something up and set up and running, that's good. Let it run for a bit. Um
But I know you
but
gotta
yeah,
go. I have one question for you. This on the
yeah.
Wi-Fi. When you did text the Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
um, when you sent out, you text the number like SM, text
So you're
Wi-Fi.
having a problem with text to Wi-Fi?
Yeah, because it's like our Wi-Fi is Prime Guest and the password is Prime Guest, right? So thanks for visiting, hello, thanks for visiting Prime on the Mile. Our Wi-Fi network is Prime Guest password, but the customer replies contained in the frame. I did all the variations because people mess up.
It's not working?
So it was coming through, but I'm trying to, I guess in my mind, I was like, it's one thing for me to have them text Wi-Fi to the number. And then I'm going to say this message here. Thank you for visiting. Our Wi-Fi is Prime. Guess the password. I wanted to continue the conversation. By the way, we'd love to know you better. What's your first name? Like just to try to get another piece of data from them. So I wait for them to reply, and then the text will come in, and then it's supposed to say thanks, contact. Like it should be wait for SMS, contact reply. And then it should update their profile with their first name, but it doesn't. It's
You
saying,
might have to under that wait step
yep,
go change so do the plus
plus, where's
or
the
like
plus?
right under the wait. No, no,
Oh,
no.
wait.
Under wait over on the left here, the flow
Man,
under the workflow, the add a action button under wait.
Here.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Go update contact field,
Update contact field.
add field,
Oh, select
select
field. Customer, first name,
contacts, full name,
full
or
name.
unless you're just asking for their first name.
Yeah, I was just asking for their first name.
Okay, so first name, click on the tag right there. Go
Contact.
message,
Okay, message,
and then see where it says message, and then body,
body.
and then hit save. So if you're like, hey, we'd like to get you better, what's your first name?
Yeah, so here I asked for their first name.
So what's your first name?
Yep.
What's your
And
first name? You wait for them to reply. They reply with their first name. You update their contact with their first name.
But why does it go to the message body? Like,
Because that's the body of the message coming back from them.
Okay.
Like, because they're the message body that's coming back from them if they fill that out, is going to be their name.
And then so in here the tag should be
That's correct, Ed. No, that's fine. You should be able to
Yeah.
leave that, and then that should work.
So theoretically it should work now.
Because you updated the contact field after the wait step.
Got it. So now I would just text Wi-Fi to
and then hit save.
I saved it, yeah. Okay. I'll save up here. Okay. So when you do test, I'm not even in here no more. Okay, so this is my number. So test it. How's the test?
Just click.
Run
test now. So then you should get a text message right away.
Nothing. It should show here, right, under conversations. Oh, what's all this? Is this that came in from you?
From me? Nope. That's from Roya Rosanala.
I charge 100 and what the fuck is this? Government issued credit card back in January? Wow, yeah, I don't even know where's this
That's
coming
probably that's coming in from Instagram, it looks like.
Oh yeah, so I got the text. It says hello, but it doesn't have the first name. It says thanks for we'd like to know your first name. Okay, so now I say Chris. Okay. Oh, I'm in the wrong account. That's why. I don't know what that is. That's something else.
That looks like they came in from High Level or from Instagram or something. Probably a scam.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
There you go.
So thanks, Chris. Hope you enjoy your time at Prime on the Mile. So now I have this set up to now after 3 days, it then goes into so it was just that one little I called Go High Level Support. They couldn't even help me. I was like, I don't know why it's not populated. They escalated it. Then I was giving up. So then I got to wait.
Yeah, they're not always the most helpful.
So it waits a day. Then it's going to say, hey, Chris, hope you had a great experience at Prime of the Mile. Love to hear feedback. Leave us a review. So I got the review link now.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can do that. Or yeah, like if you set up our review system in there too, you could eventually you could send them over to our thing. But you don't have to. I mean, you can use the high level one too, depending on how you want to
Yeah. And I think I
tackle it.
just, yeah, I think I got to go through the training. But either way, I know you got to go. I'm really trying to learn the system, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do my best to keep plugging away at it.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, even
Uh,
it's just small things like that lots of times,
yeah,
setting yourself when your stuff up.
yeah. Now, do
So
you
yeah, that's
do?
why we have the tech calls anyway.
Yes, I got. Yeah, and I guess I was gonna ask you about coaching, but I guess the tech calls are kind of like you coaching the groups, and as you continue to grow, they'll get bigger.
Yeah, the more questions you have, like just throw them in there. I mean, I don't have a specific like one-on-one coaching or anything like that for it, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't if you wanted to set something like that up, I could do that too. We could
yeah,
chat about it.
yeah. I'm just thinking because I mean, I'm gonna tap in as much as I can, but sometimes you need talk therapy, brother. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I hear you.
Like,
Yeah,
and I told
totally.
you I got PTSD, and you know what I mean. So sometimes it just gets hard trying to cope through it because I'm like, I know I can do this, and you just get frustrated, and
Yeah.
so yeah,
Well, I always I get frustrated over here too sometimes, and it's like I know I can do it. I know it, and I might have to walk away for a minute and come back.
yeah, I'm
And
saying like I joined these coaching programs like local marketing visibility, and I spent
yeah, yeah.
like 2 years ago like $5,000 joining them, and I'm like literally not. It's just not comprehensive. Like I'm just like I don't know.
I think we've spent like probably a good 100 grand on
Yeah,
courses and coaching and stuff like that over the last 10 years.
okay.
Um,
I shouldn't
on
feel bad.
stuff, and you learn stuff. Like some of the stuff is repetitive, some of the stuff is useful, some of it's not. But I
Yeah,
think it all adds up, and
yeah,
it's not. I've never found one course or one program where I went through it and it was like this is exactly
like
everything you need
comprehensive everything.
from
Yeah,
start to finish because it's always built on somebody's. This is how I built my business. This is how
yeah,
I did this. This is what worked for me 5 years ago when I built this thing. And now we're up and running and I've got success with it. I'm going to tell you how to do the same kind of thing. So, and there's different perspectives. There's just different things. So, I mean, a big part of it is well, most people who go through those things, go through 10% of it and then don't do anything with it, you
yeah,
know? So I always like to say like it's baby steps moving forward and you tackle a little piece every day. And I know I was talking with Chandel here, like a few months ago, where she's like, I'm overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that we have, right? And I'm
yeah,
like, you got to pick one, like, really, you got to pick one thing a day and get that accomplished, that moves you forward.
yeah,
The training that we did in Launch Lab that talks about like setting up your rocks and building your stuff out, that's super valuable too, so that you know what to work on. But again, that is like maximum you're working on 3 tasks in the day that move you forward.
yeah.
The
And
rest
trying
of
to
the
do
rest
your
of your day is
full-time
filled
job.
in with like client stuff and other things that you have to do.
Yeah. But like for
But
me, full-time job, and I got my 2 kids, and
yeah,
it's a lot. It gets discouraging. That's why I was like, it's kind of, it's good to find you guys and just
yeah, I appreciate it.
try to connect and just try to learn it and grow with it because it's
Yeah,
not easy.
just give yourself some time because high level is a beast, and the stuff that we have in there too, there's a lot to
Yeah.
digest. So
Cool.
anyways,
Now,
man, I appreciate you being on today.
appreciate it.
Um I gotta jump off though.
Yeah, we're out of here.
Uh,
Appreciate you.
all
I'll see
right,
you
we'll
Monday.
talk to you soon.